Welcome to Inside Major League Pickleball. I'm Will Daughton, and it's just me this week, so I'll get you caught up on what you missed at the midseason tournament and look ahead to this week's event in St. Louis. We're fresh off a wild event in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where all 22 teams converged on Belknap Park with the midseason crown up for grabs. The Dallas Flash, St. Louis Shock, and New Jersey Fives finished in the top 3 spots in the Premier bracket, with the Flash outdueling the Shock 3-1 in the final to remain undefeated. That was the most highly anticipated match of the season so far, and it certainly did deliver. But wins from the mixed doubles pairings of Georgia and J.W. Johnson and Tyra Black and Augie Guh lifted Dallas to the midseason title. Dallas receives $50,000 and 6 standings points for winning, and those points should go a long way in helping the defending champs lock up the top seed heading into the postseason. We also need to talk about the New Jersey Fives, who made waves when they started newly reacquired Mari Humberg over Megan Dazan in their semifinal clash against the Shock. The move wasn't enough to get New Jersey the win, as St. Louis beat the Fives 3-1 for the second time this season. Dazan returned to the starting lineup for the Fives' next 2 matches, which they won to finish in 3rd place, but New Jersey's lineup will certainly be worth monitoring for the rest of the season. In the Challenger bracket, the Las Vegas Night Owls, Nashville Chefs, and DC Pickleball team finished on the podium. In the Challenger final between Las Vegas and Nashville gave us one of the best matches of the entire season. Thanks to late heroics from Pablo Tellez and Brooke Buckner, the Night Owls ended the Chefs' 10-match winning streak with a 22-20 Dreambreaker triumph to remain atop the Challenger level. That's enough from Michigan. Now we're on to Missouri for the Marathon MLP St. Louis, which is July 17th through 20th at Chaifetz Arena on the St. Louis University campus. This is the 8th regular season event and will have 6 premier teams along with all 6 challenger squads in attendance. Those premier teams are the Atlanta Bouncers, Brooklyn Pickleball Team, Chicago Slice, Columbus Sliders, Dallas Flash, and the St. Louis Shock. Now, this event is going to be a gauntlet. We've got the top 4 teams in the premier standings with Dallas, St. Louis, Brooklyn, and Columbus, along with Chicago and Atlanta, who are both fighting for that 10th and final playoff spot. It's also the final regular season event for Brooklyn and Columbus, so both squads will be looking to solidify their playoff positioning and secure a first-round bye. There are obviously lots of great matches this weekend, but my marquee matchup has to be St. Louis taking on Dallas on Saturday primetime pickleball in a rematch of the mid-season final. The Shock will be out for revenge in front of their hometown crowd, with that contest beginning at 5:15 p.m. Central on Saturday. Action from Chaifetz Arena begins Thursday at 11 a.m. Central, and as always, you can catch every match on Pickleball TV and the PBTV app. I'll be on the call in St. Louis, so I hope to see you there, and that's going to do it for this edition of Inside Major League Pickleball. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.